You feel the deep down in your
All right.
shoulder?
All right. We are live. Hey, 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 hey. How are you, ladies? I
Hi.
love this hair, Abby.
We're not even going to discuss this here.
I like it. I don't like.
I like it.
I don't three
I
hundred
like
dollars
that
like it, but
short
I
cut
like it.
on you.
Thank you.
It brings out your face. Like, I really love this short cut on you. Girl, that's the thing.
I appreciate it.
So,
I appreciate it because I'm going to have to turn tricks to pay it off.
Oh,
Yes.
not turn tricks. I'm trying to see which one of these backgrounds I like better. I think I like that one. Anyway, what's going on? I'm trying to see which one. So we are here to discuss the Hey Danny, the shit show. Really, so that I'm gonna let you go first, really, because I know you're short on time. Well, I'm gonna let
is
you
it
go
me?
first.
Come on. I'm having some sound issues. Is it me?
Like
I
you can't hear us?
I can hear y'all. But El Teddy was skipping at first, but I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
okay. Am I still skipping?
No, you're good now. I don't know. But it must
Okay,
have been me. It must have been me.
it might have been me, but hey, keep it cute. Hey, Tanya. So I'm gonna let you go first, really, be to sugar spike out about this whole debutante ball fiasco. That was so unrealistic. Like I was, I was like, what is happening here? You don't go the week before a debutante ball talk about, oh, I want my daughter in,
Listen.
and then you don't not have the money up front. Even if you would go do that, baby, you gonna have check in hand, and it ain't gonna be for the amount. It's gonna be for extra amount because your ass is late. Hey, Diamond Pearl Jim, child.
Um, I'm sorry. I literally just took a bite out of my sandwich. That's why I'm not on camera because I'm eating my dinner.
Mm,
Um, listen. Let me say this. There is no world.
none.
There is no world where the upper echelon of black society allows someone who is not a part of their world
To infiltrate.
to infiltrate their most sacred of ceremonies. It's one thing to say, oh, we might open up the doors of the church to let this woman in to become a gracity, even though she ain't really following the gracity policies and procedures. Okay, maybe. But there's no world
None.
where she gets to show up and say, girl. Now it's I'm gonna say this. It would even be you know what would make this show better? You know what would have made some of this stuff more realistic? All they had to do was change one part of this show, and some of this, not all of it, but some of this would have been a lot more realistic. If they had made her rich, let's
That's
say
what I was
that
about to say. If
if
she
she had
came for
come back,
money
yes,
and
if she had,
rich,
well, even if she was still the maid, even if I mean the maid's daughter, even if her mom was still who she was and accused of all these things, we've seen that story before where this outsider shows up with fucking buckets full of money and
mhm,
infiltrates into our society because see, money makes forgiveness a lot easier.
yep. Hey,
But you
Carolyn
mean to tell
Alexander.
me that you poor and you not a part of our world? No,
Right.
ma'am.
Hey, Lady Libra. Like, it's
No,
so
ma'am.
fabricated. Hey, Fred J. Like,
Hey, everybody.
it's no way. And you telling me literally it was like days before. You know, first of all, when you have a cotillion and things of that nature, that shit starts like a year before
Well,
because
I
it's
wasn't.
not
I
like
didn't
they
even get
just
started.
come
I didn't
for,
even get started on that.
it's not like you just come for a ball.
Let
They
me. Let
have
me.
weeks of etiquette training and classes and you know
Let me. Let me.
trips
Let me
and
speak.
all kinds of stuff.
I've been. I've done. I did a debutante. My sister. I'm a
I was
debutante. My
a
sister's a
part
debutante.
of what was in Miami the male equivalent of the debutante, where you had a group of young black men and we had to go through all of that. We had to have, you know, our parents and our dates and all of that. So I went through that, and I was also an escort for
That's what I
debutante.
was getting ready to say. Keep it cute. You had to do community service projects.
Right.
You had to attend. We had to. It was every Saturday morning for a
And like
year.
a year before, you started
A
like a year
year.
before the actual big banquet, because the big banquet gala was like the final.
That was the final. That was it.
That was
That
it.
whole.
But you had been through like a whole. So there's no way in any stretch of the imagination she was going. And then for her not to have her $25,000 and them still let her in. No, ma'am. No, God. No, ma'am. Girl.
As a founding member of the Nuck If You Buck Society Cotillion, I would just like to say I don't know nothing about none of this shit. Um, it's all seemed far fetched, and then the mama said that the other little girl could escort her. That seemed like that.
Oh, that's
really-
never happening. That's
Yeah,
never
that was never gonna happen.
that
There
didn't
was
feel
no
like it
I
really-
mean, even
that
if the mama, even if the mama fully accepted her daughter's gayness, that ain't never happening.
that was never gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And does it really cost $25,000?
It depends.
It depends on what area or what level it is. You're gonna pay some money.
You're right. And it depends on the organization. It depends on who's sponsoring it. Like, remember, these are rich people. So $25,000 donation ain't shit for them. These are
Yeah.
not the Angelas of the world who had to sell their mama's vintage gowns to get it. These are people who could say, okay, well, girl, here go a check or run that credit card. Like, these aren't people with $25,000 gonna make a dent in anything they got.
Hey, Lauren Bishop. Hey, China White.
$25,000 at the mall. Like, that is, you know what I mean? So it's relative.
And the thing about it is, first of all, I was just like, what? And
Yeah,
then she
mine
was
wasn't
at the
$25,000,
meeting?
but it was a fee, but it wasn't $25,000. Yeah, I know I ain't got that kind of
My
money.
mama was a debutante a long time ago. As she just turned 69 this past Sunday. So
Go on, mama. Happy birthday.
Happy belated, Mom.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Easter birthday. Go, mama. Easter birthday.
Tell Mama we said happy belated, Eddie.
That's fine.
But,
My Andy spirit took over. My bad.
it just seemed far fetched for me, and then it seemed very far fetched for them to allow that girl to get up and start talking while in the middle of the ceremony, while the girl was trying to do her
Right.
whatever ritual they was doing.
There's no way.
Like, why wasn't there nobody to be like, oh no, sit your ass down, we're not doing that, you out of order? Where was little mean ass grandma?
The thing about it is, how all of a sudden did we flip the switch and now Leah is being all nice and cuddly to Angie now? Because this episode, it was like somebody flipped the switch and it was all the Angie show. And I'm here for you, girl. I'm your sister. We are sister. Girl, I don't know you. And you're picking up the church's money.
Well, I don't think either one of them meant it. I think that was for both of them. That was an act. I don't think either one of them meant that shit.
And then he took the cameras out and told them it was a glitch. And they was like, okay.
No, Leia was like, that's some bullshit.
True.
Now the daddy
The daddy was real
the
soft
daddy
on
thought
it.
that he got him on lock, and he didn't think that he would dare betray him. Like, you must not understand.
Now, is the daddy dead?
No, he not dead. He just had an incident. He saw them shoes walk past there and heard them say, "We got to get back," before they realized that we
But then his eyes closed.
His eyes was open. His eyes was, they was moving around. They was opening.
No. But at the end, his eyes closed.
But he saw them.
Not dead. I don't think he did.
I know he saw them. I saw that part. He saw them and heard them, and then if everything else
I don't think he did. I don't think he's dead. I don't think
he's dead. He ain't dead. I think he was just having a side effect to that experimental drug they had him on.
I do like that they had Raymond's mother more in this episode. Now, I liked her in this episode. She was the most realistic of all of them. In this whole episode,
Just
her
mean and
character
hateful like, for no reason.
was the most realistic.
She just mean and hateful to the old
No, she didn't
actor.
mean anything. She is like any parent in that world is. Girl, listen. We come from a pedigree. We have established, rules over here. Girl, we don't do all that over here. That
Wait,
might.
I thought the next episode not till November.
It's not. It's not. It's after the World Series.
Yeah. Mm.
So I I was tired. Um,
So they sneaky linking and ain't don't nobody know that they
cause
sneaky
ain't
linking.
nobody hear her go ooh ah in the bedroom. Girl, boom.
And he a
Well,
whole single man with his whole house. Why didn't you take your ass over there?
that's what I
Exactly.
didn't
Girl,
understand.
if you don't get your
That's the
spend the
part.
night bag and go over to that
Right, it
man
would be a
house.
lot easier. Right, it would be a lot easier for you to sneak in your
And you
house
got a
than for him to
17
sneak
year
out
old
your house.
partner. Girl, you supposed to be over here at his house getting your back blown out.
That's what
And
I was
then
saying.
now, I don't know why if Lauren had every right to speak her mind and say everything at the cotillion, why all of a sudden she let everybody know at the dinner, this hooker's trying to hook up with my girlfriend. That's why the fuck I'm mad.
Because she know that her parents really don't give a fuck about her having a girlfriend and they ain't gonna be mad. It'd be different if she kissed her boyfriend. But I think in the back of her mind, she know that it's not gonna have the same impact and that they ain't gonna really give a fuck. I mean, that's what I think.
That's what you took from it,
That's what
girl.
you took from that. Okay.
Because I was
Because I
like,
was saying the same thing.
hey, listen, if you bold enough to say all of that at the thing, you might as well go ahead for the gusto. I'll be just like Mama on Soul Food. The family fuck my husband.
Right. Because I do feel like if she had said something, because I do feel like if she had said something, maybe her mother might have had a different reaction to
Mhm.
her. But again, I'm just saying.
Now, first of all, well, I chop it up to being a teenager and being stupid as fuck and dumb and gullible. Because if I'm Nikki, it's no way that you supposed to be going with my cousin, but you trying to hook up with me and okay with that. Even when I was that age, you was not gonna be somebody dating my cousin and talk about we finna slip up and be kissing and making out. Bitch, no. And I understand they weren't cousins before and they didn't know. But what I'm saying is, once I find out, nah, bro, we don't do that.
But but the person I blame in this is Taylor. Taylor the one playing games. Taylor is
Yeah,
playing games.
Taylor ain't shit.
Yeah,
She ain't
Taylor,
shit.
because at the end of the day, yes, Nikki, you like Taylor, but Taylor, you are the one, like in both of them kisses, you leaned in. You leaned in, girl. You leaned in. And
Mm-hmm.
even after you were like, you knew you had feelings for Nikki when Lauren came up and was like, I'm ready to go public. I'm ready for everybody to know that we're together. And I get it that she was there first, and your feelings are probably stronger for Lauren. But at that point, you should have said, Lauren, let's take this slow. I don't know if I'm
Mm-hmm.
ready to go full throttle. But nah, you went full throttle and you even told Nikki, yeah, I need to pull back. But I still want to be. I knew then when she said I still want to be your friend. I said, oh,
Yep.
problem. That's it.
And I got to give it up to Lauren. Lauren had a lot more temperance than I
Yeah,
would have
me too.
when she saw them that first time and knew something was up when they was talking in whatever garden or outside area they was in. And then, hey, Tabitha, and then they came afterwards and she saw them kissing that second time. Baby, I would have
Real
cleared.
China white comment. China white comment.
In her defense, Taylor's gorgeous, so I will fall for it at least for the South. You know what?
Well,
Hey Tabitha, mwah. What's up, babe?
Child, listen, if I was Lauren, I would have cleared the fucking room. That time she saw them kissing, Oh, you don't believe I would have just
I
walked up?
couldn't believe that she walked away because you're right. She better than me. Because
She
listen,
way better than
I'd have
me.
turned that whole party bus over.
Baby, that
What?
whole bus would have been turned over. No, fuck. Girl, when you talk, and see, my
Like
thing,
everything that I went through for you, hoe.
right? You done lied to the police and told them I threw you off the goddamn boat and all of this bullshit. I'm over here got my mom and my daddy and all of these people looking at me sideways. You don't believe that shit? Bitch, I'm turning this whole shit over. Now, Abby, you as the charter member and past president of the Nuck If You Buck committee, I would think would have flipped that whole thing over backwards and forward.
Oh yeah, it would have never got that far because I'd have hit her in the esophagus a long time ago. It wouldn't. Listen, she would have learned not to play with me a long time ago. We wouldn't even have got that far. Cause,
Listen,
she would have tried to lean in and she'd have been like, "Oh no, my girlfriend is crazy. She will kill the both of us." Let me be very. No, I'm gonna need you to give me 6 feet immediately. Don't even look like you want. No, none of that. Cause she crazy and she like to fight. So and she over there, not taking those chances. I put the fear of God into my mates. I'm not.
like the best. Well, let me say the best scene in this movie, not movie, God, in the show, the whole show. This was probably my favorite scene the entirety of this whole season so far. Was the scene where they were at that gun range.
Oh yeah.
That to me, that was the most realistic. That was the best scene. That the mama played her part when she said, "I don't know what the fuck you've been waiting for. I thought you was listen. You should have been ready to fight out. You should have known it was a war the whole time. I was just waiting for you to realize we're in a whole ass war over here. You fucking off."
Listen, I loved how she gave that whole history of the gun range and
Mhm.
said, so you see those men that had so much to say, they pay me $2,000 a day to shoot here. Next
And
time it'll be
it'll be
3,000. I
3,000. I
know
was here
that's
for
right, Grandma.
that.
Oh, that's right.
I was here for. I was here for all of that.
Can we discuss how they are slowly Judy Winslowing the son? Like I expect him one day to go upstairs and just never come back down. Like what's happening? Like what?
Not that they're Judy Winslowing him.
Yes, that's what they did to Judy. Judy went upstairs one episode and she never came back down. She never
Child,
came back.
he has no storyline.
He has no
He
story.
has
Like, why does he
none.
have a storyline?
And watch it as much as y'all are able to cram in every episode. Okay, y'all seem to cram in everything else at the kitchen sink, but y'all can't manage to cram in.
So let me ask y'all this:
Oh, go ahead.
do y'all think that the freedom fighter Black Panther brother is the man that Aunt Peggy killed?
What is that noise?
I don't know. It sounds like somebody eating chips or something.
It's probably me because I'm eating chips.
Oh, okay. That better not be them goddamn rap snacks.
They're not rap snacks, ho.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what is this crunchy sound?
And if they were,
Listen, them
Well,
honey
wait, which
barbecue
brother
Bow
you
Wow
talking?
chips is the bomb. I don't give a damn what nobody say.
Wait, what brother are you talking about, Abby?
The daddy's brother, they keep men talking about he was a
the
Black
Black
Panther, he
Panther.
was murdered. Do y'all think that Aunt Piggy murdered him and then they just came up with the story that because
Who's
he was a Black
daddy's
Panther?
brother?
Huh?
Who's daddy's brother?
The daddy, Papa Pope's brother.
Oh, child, I don't even remember that part. You know, it be so much going on. Now that you said, I remember that. But it be so much going on. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Really,
I
so much
think
going on.
I keep trying to figure out who it is
the
that
only
Aunt
reason
Piggy killed.
the
And I
only
feel like
reason why I
it's
say
either Chocolate Thunder's daddy or Papa Pope's brother. One of them two.
right, I agree, but the only reason why I hesitate is because both of those men, we know what happened to them, which means that there would have been a funeral. So is their body buried on some no-name piece of land off in the
Unless
forest?
it was
Like,
closed casket.
It was a closed cat. Wasn't in them cat in that funeral, but some rocks in that casket.
I mean, but again, then why would Why would it just does it doesn't make sense.
Why would it make sense? Have you been
Why are
watching
we
this show?
expecting
And
things to
don't
make
shit else
sense on
make
this
sense?
show?
Go watch
The
and
whole,
this makes sense.
the whole show doesn't make sense.
And that's what I'm saying. The flip that's actually what I was gonna say. The flip side of that is it wouldn't surprise me if that's what they end up doing because the shit doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But
And my thing about it is, why tease us at the end of the previous episode with the whole Angie baby daddy writing this letter to Teddy and go nowhere with it?
but it's
Because
going somewhere.
I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, even at the beginning of this episode, they said, previously on our
But
kind
it's
of.
going, but that's what I'm telling you. It's going somewhere. If you clearly didn't look at the previews for the next episode. If you look at
I,
the previews for the next episode, that's going to be the whole second half of the season. He's going to get her baby daddy out of jail.
mm,
It becomes a big part of the story.
oh, yeah, them ships are loud. I know she's not on screen, so she can't flip her middle finger at me because she ain't on screen. So I'm good over here now. I'm good.
That is funny to me, God. Jesus.
Now you tried to come on screen and it was all black because your camera was hitting. Thank you. I know you. I saw what you tried. I knew that was coming. I knew it. So, oh, I'm trying to think what else. It's so much happened. So, what about when he told her about the thing with the video cameras or whatever? I thought that reaction was appropriate. Um,
I thought it was appropriate too.
I wouldn't have been like, "Oh, okay, you need to forgive him." No, bitch, the fuck you mean? I need to forgive him. No,
No, I see both sides of it. I thought it was appropriate, but I also understand where her daughter was coming from. Was like, but then I mean, he did come clean. Like he ain't had to tell you shit. He took the cameras down weeks ago. I mean, he ain't had to tell you shit.
in this show that wasn't weeks ago. That was just yesterday.
Well, whatever.
Clearly, there's no weeks ago. They'd only been there two and a
Right?
half weeks.
No goddamn
They'd
weeks.
only been there 2.5 weeks and joined the high society, did a cold cotillion, you
They had
know,
a ball.
started
Again,
a business. There's an event every evening. Like,
Like a major event that usually takes months and months of planning, they're having once a week.
and I would get that if it was just the high society people who had been planning this before they even got here, and this is their season for all of their events, and so the event is happening one after the other, after the other, after the other. But her whole business opening situation in a week and a half.
The same chick who got to use red nail polish to try to fake off having Louboutins or whatever they call them, red bottom shoes, whatever the hell it's called. How the fuck are you able to pay for all of this? Because I don't think
She
your
took
mama
out
had
all
that
the loans. She sold it at the beginning. She took out all the loans.
I don't think your mama got that many goddamn expensive gowns.
my thing is,
And
if your mother did have all those expensive gowns, why are you just selling them off now? Like it's
Mm.
not
because
like
she
you
just found them behind the wall.
oh,
It wasn't
Yeah.
that many expensive gowns behind that wall.
okay, you right. My bad. Okay, you right. You right.
And it wasn't enough that you finna be making $25,000. You know how many expensive gowns that is?
Beautiful
Not
gown.
really. Vintage gowns, not a lot.
Vintage gowns, you can sell 2 gowns and make that amount of money.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Vintage,
Hell,
you
you can sell
you
one,
got
if
the
it's
right
the right
gown,
gown,
it's
you can
preserved.
sell 1 gown for 4 times that amount.
Yeah,
Get the right buyer and have the right gown. Yes, sir.
absolutely.
It's vintage and it's only been worn like once or twice,
We
twice
don't know.
maybe.
We don't know how many times it's been worn.
It doesn't matter. You
It
can sell
doesn't
a vintage
matter.
gown for that kind of money. You absolutely can.
You absolutely can. They have vintage dresses,
So
hundreds that are
tell
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So what you're telling me is she was able to sell all of those gowns and fund all of this shit she's been doing for the last couple weeks, right?
No, that was what gave
No.
her the 25,000 to pay for this cotillion. She took out a bunch of loans before she even got there.
And who's going to pay back these loans?
That's what the business is supposed to do. Y'all negating the fact that she has an operating business when she got there.
Right.
But
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 I
what?
business, but you use your fucking shoe polish to paint the bottom of your fucking shoes.
what's
Because
And
that got to do with
because
the
she's spending
other?
money. She's not spending money on shoes right now. Because she's
Right.
spending money on getting her business open and shit.
no, technically, she's spending money trying to buy stuff to hobnob and try and fit in with these people. That's what the fuck she's spending money on right now.
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. Hey, Xavier.
Okay.
Xavier, if you love Julie Dash, who was the director of this episode, tell her to do better.
Oh, I cannot with you.
Do better.
Listen.
Because, okay, so I, it was just so much this episode. And the thing that was, first of all, I just don't like how, and maybe it's a rich people thing because I'm not rich, so maybe it's me. But last time I checked, if I'm that rich, y'all don't have a butler, a maid, or somebody in this goddamn house. First of all, second of all, you're just not gonna be frolicking all in my house like this.
Thank you.
Well,
I thought it was
I
just
said that a
you.
couple of times because
So,
just like she gets up in Teddy's office. That's not how that works.
like, who allows somebody to? I don't
What?
care if you
Wait,
got
what
up and stormed
is
off in a fit of rage.
Yalo? What movie is Julie Dash famous for? I don't know who Julie Dash is.
Not her. Not her brand is confusing. Not her brand is confusion.
Like I'm trying to like.
Right, Lauren. Where your snacks at, El Teddy?
Oh wait, hold on. Since you asked, wait, I had some.
Oh, she did Daughters of the Dust. Oh Lord.
I ain't never seen that.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
I don't even know that I heard of it.
Oh.
Daughters of the Dust is her movie. It's told in a non-linear format. Child, she'll fit in with this show. I'm telling you. She fit. If she's non-linear, she fits right in
It's
with
about
this
the Gullah
show.
community.
Child.
Y'all stupid. Now she sit in.
So I'm I'm just so confused with this show. I don't know where we're going next. I don't know because is this supposed to be some big sick joke that Leah is playing on Angie, trying to be nice to her now? Like, because why aren't you all of a sudden? Oh, this is my sister. I love you. I love her. What?
When did she do that?
This whole episode.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
When did she do that?
When she first let her in that cotillion.
That's because she thought she wasn't gonna have the money.
That's that part of that nice nastiness.
Because I think that $25 was a number she just threw out there thinking she couldn't afford it, honestly. I don't think she thought she could come up with that damn money.
No, she didn't think she was gonna come up with it.
And in that way, she didn't look like the bad guy.
Right. She didn't look like the asshole
couldn't meet the
for saying
requirements.
she couldn't get in.
But that's the part that is far-fetched because if I tell you this cotillion is tomorrow and it costs $25,000, You're not showing up as they're lining the fuck up to go in the fucking ball with the
We
check.
agree. I agree with you on that. But what I'm saying is we're talking about two different things now. I agree with you on that. But I'm just saying I feel like what she's doing is she's playing the role of I'm not as nasty to you as I once was. I'm reeling you in. The same thing Papa Pope is doing. Papa Pope has no interest in building a relationship with that girl. But he's reeling her in. He's reeling her in. And I feel like that's what Leah
Now,
is
I
doing.
need y'all help with this. I need y'all to help me with this.
Nope.
What was the whole plot line about? She's looking for these books to find information on what?
About her mama
She's
being
trying to clear her mama's
judged.
name from that drug charge.
I'm still confusion. Okay.
I don't know what you want me to say. She's trying to get her mama name cleared for the drug charge.
So they said her mom was selling drugs out of that out of her shop, right?
I think so, yeah.
And so she's trying to say her mom didn't do that.
Woo! Thank you, Carolyn. Ooh, ooh,
Speaking of snacks, I need to order me some more of the spiked popcorn. That's what I need. Really be send me the
But that Applejack popcorn is something
really
else.
be can you send me the link for that again? Because I need me some of that in my life. God damn it, it was so good. Dear God.
I have some Jack Daniels one in there. You want it?
That's the one that I got that I had the last time, right?
Yeah, I got some in there right now. Uh-huh.
I need to order some. Um she's looking to see if her uncle wrote about Teddy selling drugs. Wait, what?
Because
Oh,
she thinks that her mother got caught up in some shit that Teddy was doing. She thinks Teddy was really the drug dealer. And because Teddy and his brother didn't get along, and because Teddy, his brother was trying to clean up the community, he was a Black Panther, he was trying to clean up the community. She thinks that there may be something in his journals. But my thing is, if it was something that incriminating, why would he hold on to the damn journals?
like that would be stupid.
Because it don't make no sense. So therefore, it's probably true.
Now I will say this was the one episode that wasn't nearly as much drama or as much things going on as in previous episodes. Not that it wasn't still too much, but
Well, I think it was. I think it didn't frustrate me as much because I saw the previews last week and I knew this whole cotillion situation was gonna be some bullshit. So I was over it. Like I'm glad they put it in the previews because they gave me a week to just be like, all right, fuck it. Like, all right, if you want me to pretend like this shit can happen this way, sure. But if they had just sprung it on me, I'd have probably been raging. I don't mean no harm, Xavier, but that lesbian love triangle was not that exciting. Like it just wasn't. Maybe because I don't know. Maybe because they're the teenagers and I just don't care that much about their love
yeah,
triangle.
that lesbian love triangle was not exciting. I was just like, girl, what?
And can I say something that
And
you
the fact that
told
Lauren
I
didn't fuck
honestly
that bitch up,
I thought the son was gonna be the one caught up in a gay love triangle. To be honest with you,
right? And the fact that Lauren did not go fuck her up. Now, if they had Lauren go in there and fuck them hoes up, oh, I would have been hit for. I would be like, yes, bitch, fuck them hoes up. But the fact that she didn't, girl. And then y'all had some far fetched ass part where she gets up in the middle of the girl talking and does all of this antics. Girl, boom.
mm-mm.
No, ma'am.
It's once again they're moving too fast. Like there's no payoff for all of this drama that they got going on. Like we don't even care about Lauren Taylor or Nikki enough, or their situation or their feelings for each other. They didn't draw it out, build it up, or nothing.
Nope.
Or enough
Xavier, you
for us
must have just came
to
in.
give a good damn.
You must have just came in, Xavier, because Abby literally just said that.
Abby literally said those exact that exact same thing. Like
Except I
she
did say that.
literally
They Judy
almost
Winslow.
word
They
for
Judy
word,
Winslow and this boy. He don't went upstairs and he not. He not
almost
coming back.
word for word said exactly what you just said, Xavier.
Um,
Dana been in the kitchen cooking if I need snacks. What she got over there, Tanya?
mm-mm,
Mhm.
mm-mm.
What she got over there for me? Mm. The actress that plays Lauren is beautiful. That ain't her mom and her dad. Now I can believe that the daddy is her real daddy, and that ex-wife is her mama, because the ex-wife look kind of light skinned and high yellow like that. But I don't believe black ass Morris Chestnut and black ass Leah is the mama and daddy of Lauren. And I don't care what the fuck y'all tell me about genes and genetics. You're not gonna ever make me believe that that's their mama. That's her mom and daddy. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. I might give you the son. I might give you that
But they're
son.
twins, so how
Well, then it ain't happening. Then it ain't happening. That ain't their mom
that
and
white
daddy.
man probably their daddy.
Mm.
That white man is probably the daddy.
I
They
could
twins?
think.
I didn't know they were twins.
I think I remember them being twins, but I don't know.
I
But
only
I could
know
see now.
because
If you
when she
tell me
was
the ex-wife, that
eavesdropping.
light-skinned chick, if you tell me that the ex-wife, that light-skinned chick, is their mama, I could go with you.
I don't think so. But I believe that white man is the daddy.
Because
That's
my
why them
thing
kids
about
is light
it is,
skin like that. But
because
it's
how
true.
long
They
have they
twins, so
been
they
married?
both daddies. Listen, the only reason why I know they twins is because when the kids was in the room greeting the mama for Phil, and the mama was eavesdropping. Then the daddy and then her and the daddy came, Morris Chestnut came along. They have a conversation, and he was like, they was talking about being only children, and they was talking about, well, at least the twins have each other.
Oh.
Then she literally said that.
Now,
So they're twins.
I want to know how long Raymond and the ex were actually married. Because from what the mama,
34 seconds, because them people been married as long as them kids been here.
they never said that that was both of their kids.
Yes, they did. What are you
Uh,
talking about?
They
Morris
said, yeah,
Prescott
the
is the
mom,
daddy
no,
and Leah is the mother. Ain't nobody said nothing about a step,
no,
none of
they,
that.
but just because they're not saying step doesn't mean that it isn't a step situation.
It's not. They would have said it.
No, because if the mama is,
Not necessarily because the mama. Go ahead, Elton.
the mama could have got out of the relation, got out of the picture when they were young. And the mama is one of those people who seems to be all about her career and wants to, I ain't about that life of trying to raise kids. I'm in journalism. I got a,
That's not
reputation.
necessarily his mama.
I
I'm just gonna let that go.
got the things going on and could have left it with the daddy. He got remarried and they just said this our kids.
I
And
really want
And
you to know
remember,
that
the
Papa Pope would
grandmother.
not have allowed that girl to marry that nigga with them kids. Trust and believe. That
yeah,
would
No,
not
but
have
remember,
if
happened.
they came from
remember
two
the grandmother
parents like
said.
that.
Remember the grandmother said, "Look at what it took us to get her out of our life the first time." It's something there. I could because remember she said okay, so Leah said that her and Morris Chestnut fell in love cotillion week, but clearly they broke up at some point and
Mhm.
she married another woman. So I can see. I'm not saying that this is the case. I could definitely see though that them churn ain't Leah's blood, but the kids don't know. Now the kids
Mhm.
might not know that that ain't their mama, but I could see that. I could see that being a part of the storyline that that ain't their
Mhm.
mama. I could see it.
I
Like
can.
it makes sense.
No, it doesn't. It
Well, if it
absolutely doesn't.
doesn't, that makes more sense for this show.
Well, when you put it like common sense, no. This show maybe could be.
I mean, we're just being honest. But I just really feel like to me, I think Morris Chestnut storyline to me would make this much more interesting because I just don't even know where Angie's storyline is going at this point. I know she's trying to clear her mom's name, but what is her end goal? Yeah, I don't know. Clearly, if she's trying to do all of this, she ain't trying to get their money. She's clearly not trying to do that. So if she's
Say she
just
don't want
trying,
their money, but every episode she asking for something.
well, now that's the truth. For her to be so high and mighty and pious and act like, oh, we don't need them. She is always begging for something, begging for a handout for something.
Because my
Every
thing
time
is
she
just
look
because you're
up.
not right. Because my thing is just because you're not asking them to write you a check doesn't mean you're not asking for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Scooter Boo.
Say hey.
Hey, Scooter.
Say hey.
Scooter, yeah, Scooter like, who are these people? Cause yeah, she got listen. I don't, I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm gonna say this, coming from a male point of view. If I'm a man and I'm chocolate drop, I don't know that I would have ever told her. She would have just had to find out the hard way. I'm just,
You
you
should have
know,
told her what? What are you talking about?
about the video camera. She would have just had to find.
Oh. You just jumped around to something totally different. I'm like, what?
You take
If
one.
I am chocolate drop, then she would have had to find that out.
Let's see.
And I would have been like, listen, I took them down because I was trying to protect you. I just don't want you to find out they ain't really get nothing from it because it was only in there for an hour, according to the show. It was only in there for a couple hours anyway. So, no harm, no foul. Just saying. I'm just looking at it from a male point of view. If it was me, yeah, you would have never found out until somebody told you, and then I would have been like, okay, I guess.
Well, it's actually smart that he told her because again, that's ammunition. Like so again, let's just fast forward this. Let's say he never told her. Let's say Papa Pope found out that the two of them was dating. You've just given him ammunition now for him to let Angie know. Well, you know your boy, he was working for me. You know those cameras, da 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 da. So then she's blindsided, like what? Whereas now it's nothing. It's like, yeah, I know. So actually, it was smart for him to tell her.
Diamond Pearl says she likes the plot that the son is chestnuts and the daughter is the white guy. But Ebby said they're twins, so it wouldn't make sense. But they are fraternal twins. And technically, you could have two different baby daddies with
Listen,
fraternal twins.
if they write that into the storyline, I quit.
Ah,
I mean, I know it can happen. I get that, but I quit. I quit.
The different fathers is the last straw for you.
I quit.
Girl,
I
and she
want to understand
and
what is Mufasa in jail for, and why are they letting him out?
Well, she said he robbed
he
the store
was
and they ended
accomplice
up
to
and
a
somebody got
murder
killed.
or something. Or no,
But
to
why? But why is
robbery.
he getting? Why is he getting out?
He was an accomplice to a robbery. But last
Where
time I
somebody
checked, I
died.
don't
Where
think
somebody died.
accomplices get like life, do they?
Yes, they do. If
If
somebody
it's
died, you
if
can start
somebody
with a
dies in
murder
the
charge.
commission of that robbery, then
Yep.
you get a capital murder charge.
Yeah, you get
Okay.
murdered just like they get
You
murdered.
get the same murder charge as the person who committed the crime.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just asking this. I go to y'all.
Yeah.
That class.
Listen, I am almost an attorney. I have watched every episode of Law and Order, Law and Order
You know what?
SVU, Law and Order Criminal
You went
Intent.
to
I can
the
take the
school
bar
of law and order.
right now. And probably
Where you got your law degree from? Law and order.
Law and Order University under the tutelage of Sam Waterston.
I
Thank
hate
you very
Tracy.
much.
Hey, Miss Toby.
Hey, Miss Toby. She said, I am almost an attorney.
Every
Mind you,
review,
I don't think
attorney
I've
at
ever
law.
even
Thank
seen
you.
one episode of Law and Order. I've never seen one episode of Law and
Wait
Order.
a minute, what?
You what?
I've never
Oh,
seen
we'll
an
have to reevaluate our
Oh
friendship.
no. I don't know if we can't be friends. No,
I've
no,
never seen an
no,
episode.
no. What
I've
you
seen
mean?
snippets of episodes. I've seen snippets of episodes, but I've never seen a full episode.
Listen, I need you to see the episode where they recreated the Chris Brown and Rihanna situation because NBC just ain't give no dams
They
about
didn't give no fucks.
it. That episode right there was a child. Jesus.
El Teddy, where the hell you been for the last 30 years? There's a Law and Order episode on at every hour of every day, everywhere.
Oh, I'm
Everywhere.
sure. I'm sure, which is why I don't
You
watch.
could turn on USA or TNT at
TNT.
any time of the day, and there's guaranteed to be an episode playing.
I really have to reevaluate our friendship. How could you not have seen a goddamn episode of Law and
Never
Order?
seen, I've never seen an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants either.
That is so not the
Well,
same.
I have kids, so and one kid
I've
is
never seen SpongeBob. That is
infatuated
so
with
not the
SpongeBob,
same.
so I've seen some
I
episodes
a
of
lot of people
SpongeBob.
say that they can't believe I've seen the.
Listen,
I've never seen a single episode of SpongeBob. I haven't.
listen, I'll take, but have you seen an episode of King of the Hill?
Of course, I've
Okay,
seen
well then that's so then we back
Key
on
and Peele.
track because that's my favorite cartoon.
Listen, Key and Peele. I've seen every episode of Key and Peele. Are you?
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
Oh, King of the Hill, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
I think I've seen almost every episode of King of the Hill.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Xavier, why would I? Xavier, I teach high school students. Why would I have seen SpongeBob? I teach high school. I don't have nothing to do with SpongeBob.
I don't have nothing to do with SpongeBob either. Like we have nothing.
I don't know, but that one. All I know is that one little boy is super depressed all the time, and SpongeBob is forever on his last good nerve, and then SpongeBob is annoying and working, and Mr. Krabby from Krabby Patties is always trying to get over and scam somebody. So he cutting corners at the Krabby Patties. Sorry.
SpongeBob's voice alone sends me to the bathroom. So
SpongeBob is never going to get out of driver's ed because he's never gonna pass. It's just never.
yeah, I've never seen that. Yeah. And the sad part is, I've seen more episodes of this travesty of a show than I have Law and Order. Now I feel like I'm required to watch. If y'all send me,
You
if
are.
y'all send me the link to the Chris Brown episode of it, I will watch it.
Okay, I will find it and send it to you. Trust me, because that episode is like you gonna be like, for real, y'all just. I know y'all be ripped from the headlines.
If y'all send that to me, I
It
will
was
watch.
the whole story. They didn't give no damn.
Now I
story.
did watch a few episodes of the show. What's the show with my frat brother Lee Thompson Young? Something and Isles.
Rizzoli and Isles.
Rizzoli and Isles.
So, yeah, I've seen
Rizzoli and Isles.
a few episodes.
I
of
haven't
that.
seen a whole episode of Rizzoli and Isles. I've only seen snippets.
I like
That-
Rizzoli and Isles.
I actually like Rizzoli and Isles. Like it has,
Xavier is right. I'm also gonna send you the link to the one where they did Jussie Smollett.
It's based on the Rizzoli and Isles is based on the books, and I read the books, so I like Rizzoli and Isles.
so
It was so sad when he died.
listen, I cried a little bit when he did. No, it was really sad. And then when they had the funeral and the frat was out there, we did, the last right. That hit me up. Lee Thompson Young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was a fan of the famous Jet Jackson. We were actually the same age, me and Lee Thompson Young. So yeah. Anyway.
I used to like Castle too. I started watching Castle when I was in the hospital. And then I started.
Now you know what was my show that I loved? That The Practice was my show.
Oh!
That was
Listen.
No, I wasn't a fan of Practice, but Boston Legal.
Listen.
Boston Legal was good too, but it was The Practice.
Boston Legal had to grow on me because because from The Practice I hated Denny. Not Denny Crane, but
James Spader's
I hated him from The Practice because of the way he came in and just like blew up. I just blamed him for everything that went wrong on The Practice once he got there. But then I had to open myself up, and yes, Boston Legal. Listen, I got the Boston Legal box set over there, over there.
Listen, The Practice. I lived for Cameron Manheim and all of her earrings and that long ass ponytail that she was gonna have every episode. And what was the black man's name? I heard he would always do his lips like this.
But I loved his closing arguments. He Yeah,
He will
he
always
was the best
those two
fucking
right there. I live
clothesman.
to hear them close. Like I wanted those two to close every time because they always brought it.
Yes.
I, I need to go and watch the practice now. That was my fucking the practice. I
The
was like,
practice was good.
listen to
The
me.
I went from Ally McBeal to Boston Legal. That's
I
how I
never got
found
into Ally
Boston Legal.
McBeal. I never really got into it.
I never got into
I did. I used to love Ally
now.
McBeal.
My show on Fox is Boston Public. Now Boston
Yeah, I used to love
Public
Boston
was
Public.
good as hell. That
Now
shit.
I've never seen an episode of Boston
T.
Public.
McBride as
Oh,
the
it's so
principal.
good.
Oh, they gave him hell. Child, they gave him hell.
Charlie McBride was the principal, and I remember Loretta Devine. What she taught? Did
I
she
think
teach?
he taught English.
I think she taught English
And then
because
the
what
assistant
you call it
principal,
was music teacher.
yeah, the assistant principal about gave him a damn heart attack, child.
Chick from Dreamgirls, the chick who came in on Dreamgirls, who came in after Effie got kicked off. What's her name? Whatever. She was the music
No,
teacher
no,
at
no,
Boston
no,
Public.
Only Rose.
No, that not Anika Noni Rose. No, the chick who came in after Effie got kicked out.
Oh. Okay, I don't
She
remember
was
her.
the
I
music
don't know
teacher at
her.
Boston Public.
Sharon Leal.
Sharon Leo, thank you. Sharon Leo.
Child.
Chat, chat.
I would
We
like to
want
say
the whole-
thank you for all of the compliments on my hair.
Yes, we love this
Yes.
hair.
Oh, the closer is my shit. I love the closer. Oh, girl, the closer is my shit.
Oh, we did watch Queens. Oh, we was supposed to talk about Queens. So Queens, it was cute. It was cute for me. It wasn't like a oh girl, let me make sure I run to the television. But I was like, okay, I can watch this. I could do this. Brandy got on my nerves, but I don't really care for Brandy anyway because she's a murderer and she's still not in jail and she's a whole ass murderer. But that's a whole nother story.
And we can't even be mad because he's not wrong. That's just
She is. Y'all know she is.
she
She's
killed
a
that
murderer.
she killed that person. She did. She did
Why
that.
do you always have to go left?
I just didn't understand why all of them were rappers. Like why wasn't Brandy
I
singing the
thought it was
hook?
an R&B group.
Why isn't Notori not singing like backup or
Right. I
something?
need Notori Naughton and Brandy to be singing and harmonizing for me. Girl, that's what I needed. Girl, I don't need Brandy trying to be gangster and trying to rap.
And
Girl,
then
take the
she
guitar.
was rapping real hard, like she was trying to channel Eve, but she got DMX instead, and it was real aggressive and kind of off-putting. And I
It was
just
a lot. It was a lot. And somebody got my comments about my live yesterday and was like, y'all got to stop thinking about it like it's Brandy. Y'all have to understand that Brandy is playing a role. You got to look at her as Naomi and not as Brandy. And I'm
Well,
like, but
Naomi
did that
wasn't
mean
a
she
rapper
didn't do
either.
wait a minute, but I'm like, but did that mean she didn't do a good enough job? Because if she had done a good enough job, then I would have forgotten that she was Brandy, and I would have been like, she's Naomi. That's like,
Hello.
I just want to know when she gonna tell E Rock that he a daddy, because that's his baby.
oh, that's definitely his baby.
Oh,
E Rock, that's Brandy baby daddy.
Yeah, that's him.
The nigga she was in love with, but didn't tell that he was gonna be a daddy because their relationship.
oh. The guy who was in love with
Ex-manager.
the chick, the manager guy.
Mm-hmm.
He the
Oh,
baby daddy.
well,
He the pappy.
That is the stripper rap names for me.
because they did have stripper names. I was like, really?
The Trilla. Wasn't
I
that
really,
the
I
group name
listen,
was the
listen.
Trilla or
As
the
much as
Trill?
I love Brandy and as much as I respect her skills, I really want people to stop calling her the vocal Bible.
She's never the vocal Bible. She's not
She's a
even
vocal pamphlet,
track. She's not the vocal
a
pamphlet.
vocal PowerPoint
She's not
presentation.
the vocal
Did
Bible
you say
track that
PowerPoint
you give out.
presentation?
You trying to,
I'm not doing this with
well,
y'all.
evangelize and stuff like that. She's not even that. Okay.
Exactly, Spicy. When you do a good enough job, like people will forget who you are. That is what acting is. So the fact that I kept saying Brandy tells me that she didn't do a good enough job making me forget she was Brandy.
Child. Child. Whitney passed what torch to Brandy? Whitney ain't passed a goddamn thing to Brandy. Let's
What?
be clear. Brandy's voice has never been anything in the same stratosphere as a Whitney Houston, Whitney Elizabeth Houston. Let's just be clear. And to even mention them in the same category is disrespectful.
Mm,
And I will not take it back.
mm.
I see no arguments from the panel. So I know I'm okay. 'What? Fuck out.
There are very few people. There were very few people that I'm going to allow anybody to put in the same category as Whitney Houston, even after the drugs fucked up her voice, because half of a Whitney Houston voice is still better than the majority of what we are listening to on the radio today.
Exactly.
So I don't give a damn.
I think it was more of the cigarettes than it was necessarily the drugs.
Whatever. Whatever.
So, what is a torch or a pipe? You know what? Spicy. I'm not doing it. Ooh,
I'm just
dear
saying.
God.
Like, we're gonna stop being disrespectful to people just because later on in their later years they can't do what they used to do in their earlier years. We gonna stop it. We're gonna
I'm
stop that. We
age
gonna
and
stop
wear
that.
and tear happens to everybody. Age and wear and tear happens to everybody. And I always say, I love live performances and everything, but I love to sometimes for me, I need to go back and listen to that original studio track when that first time I heard that voice and I said, "Oh my God, what the fuck is that?" You know, the first time you hear a great singer, you know, they song just come on the radio and you could just be listening to the radio doing whatever, and you hear that voice and you go, "Oh shit!" Like your whole body goes, "Wait, what was that?" And you never forget. I remember my first time here, Whitney. It was the
I
three
know the
note.
very first. I remember the first time I heard Whitney
The,
Houston too.
the
The first
very
time
first
I
time I
heard
heard it, I was a little boy, and I had heard. Listen, they played music, gospel music, and when my grandmother left, secular music. All of the greats in my house back in the '80s. And the first time I heard Whitney Houston, it was on "How Will I Know," and I heard the first three notes. There's a boy. And on those first three notes, there's a boy, and she held that boy out. I was like, oh,
the first Whitney Houston song I heard was "You Give Good Love." "You Give Good Love" came out before "How Will I Know."
see, I came into Whitney Houston, like I said, the album was already out, and I heard that was that
Yeah,
first album,
because
and
"How
that
Will I
was
Know" was the
already out.
second or third single. Because I think "How Will I Know" came out after "Say." I think it was
I
"You Give
thought
Good
"Saving
Love"
All My
before
Love,"
"Saving
no,
All
not
My
"Saving All
Love."
My Love," "Greatest Love of All" was one of the earlier.
It was off the same album. It was
Yeah,
off
but
the
I
same
thought that was
album.
one of the earlier singles too. "Greatest Love of All." I remember that.
I feel like "Greatest Love of All" came out after "How Will I Know," but don't quote me on that. But I know "How Will I." I feel like "How Will I," because she did the two ballads first, and then they because I remember when "How Will I Know" came out, I was like, oh,
Wow, Xavier, you just made me feel old. Xavier said the first Whitney Houston song he heard was
same script,
um,
different. Wow,
with Deborah Cox. Wow.
wow.
I hate Xavier that you didn't know Whitney in her prime when she was truly a soprano. Before she had Bobby Christina, and if you know voice and vocals, having a baby does change a female's voice. That and getting older, but definitely having a baby because it changes your diaphragm and everything to to make room for the baby and all that stuff. But listen, to me, Whitney Houston's greatest song for me is still "Didn't We Almost Have It All" with them goddamn
Yeah, you right.
behind her.
You right about
That
that.
woman,
Yeah.
that woman was singing she was hitting notes that she would never hit again. That woman sang for life. Okay, she had so many songs back then, but I remember those first three notes. There's a couple of people. The first time I heard them, it made me immediately go, "Who the hell is that?" Like Anita Baker. The first time I heard an Anita Baker song, her voice was so much different than anything that was out at that time. I said, "Who the hell is that?" I was like, "Oh, like oh, oh."
Yeah, that oh wait a minute, hold on, let me make sure I didn't mess up. Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the reality of the situation is I feel the same way. There's certain people that the first time you heard it, you were like, oh shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like there's certain people that you the first like I'm trying to think now, like, okay, so work with me on this one. Because this was a lot of my childhood. This was a lot of my childhood. The first time I heard Candy Girl.
Yeah, because
And
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not talking about the vocal talent. I'm just talking about that moment of because New Edition to this day is still a major part of my musical
Candy Girl,
life.
I
You
just
know what I'm
remember
saying?
how they would get such heavy rotation in my house because my aunts and them were older than me, and in my house they would play when my grandmother would leave all the secular music. And when I tell you New Edition and Michael Jackson in the mid '80s was on heavy rotation. You could not
Mhm.
go in my house without hearing them at some point
The
if
first
my
time I
grandma
heard
was at
Erica
home.
Badu, I didn't like Erica Badu, and I still because
Yeah, when I first the first album, I didn't like Erica
well,
Badu. The
I
first
liked the first
time I
album, but I didn't like On and On. On and On was her first single, and I hated it. I still don't like it. It's still not one of my favorite Erica Badu. I mean, it's still not like if I listen to Baduism, I still skip On and On. I didn't like it, and I still don't.
I'm gonna
But
tell you what made me turn on Erica Badu. The first song that made me go, "Oh, I can do," is a song that not a lot of people like, but it was off the Mama's. It was that
Mama's Gun,
Mama's Gun.
oh,
But
that was
that
her second
goddamn
album.
didn't you know? That goddamn didn't you know? It was something
Yeah.
about didn't
Oh,
you know?
didn't you know?
That was,
No, it's that bass. It's that bass
oh my
line. It's that opening. It's that
God.
bass line. Doom, do, do. But I'm gonna tell you what it was for
Oh
me.
my
I'm gonna tell you when I started. I'm gonna tell you when I started liking Erykah Badu. I did not really like again. I didn't like On and On. It was Next Lifetime. When I heard Next Lifetime, I was like, oh, I like this shit. It was something
Richard
about the
Manley says Anita Baker lived downstairs from my grandparents. We have some early tapes. Wait,
oh
on
wow.
her singing. Fun fact: she never wanted to sing. Wow,
I
wow.
remember her from chapter. What was it? What was her song? Chapter. What would they call chapter six? Something like that. Her
Who Anita?
Yeah, the group. What was it? Chapter six. What was that group she was in?
I don't
I
remember.
I
Who.
remember her
I
song.
don't know. But child, Anita Baker had some
Did you know
hits.
that bass? It's that bass line. Like when bass again, you hear the first three notes of "Didn't You Know," and it's like, yeah, it's mellow. It's mellow.
Yeah, you like, ooh, it's right in the pocket. It's that groove. It's like,
Chapter eight. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, chapter eight.
listen, that's just like my Queen Mariah. Listen, Queen Mariah will open her mouth, and I was like, oh yes.
Okay, so here's my Mariah Carey story. Here's my Mariah Carey story because again, I'm old, and you shut the fuck up, LT.
I didn't say anything.
So my first Mariah Carey, my dad is a music person like I am. And my dad would just go to the record store and just come back with like 10, 15 albums. And Vision of Love was on the radio and he bought the album. Because at that point it was only Vision of Love was like her hit. It was like her big
Mhm.
hit. But on the Vision that you're gonna have to help me with this because I know you know. On the Vision of Love album, Vision of Love wasn't even my song off that album. It's another
It's so many hits off that Vision of Love album.
I'm gonna
Oh,
have to look. Hold on, I'm gonna have to look it up. But I remember listening because again, it was a record. My dad had it was the album, it was the vinyl, and I remember. And back then they used to give me the lyrics.
yeah, Xavier. We know Rochelle Farrell is the vocal Bible. If you're gonna go vocal Bible, it's Rochelle Farrell and then everybody else. Let's just be clear.
But I could give you Rochelle Farrell. Um, but yeah, I remember laying on the floor in my parents' living room, reading through the linear notes, and I remember that song coming up because I was listening to the album, and whatever that's I'm about to look it up right now. Hold on, Vision of Love playlist album because
My
as soon as I
favorite,
see the title, I'm gonna
my
remember what it
favorite
is.
song by Mariah Carey was not even released as a single. It was a B-side of the kids nowadays. Xavier, you don't know what a B-side is. Back in the day when songs got released as a single, it was on the A side. The B side was some other song that they might have wanted you to have and was not released as a single, but it was the B side. Okay, it was the B side. I'm trying to think what it was the B
And I
side.
love Mariah Carey.
Mine was I Don't Want to Cry. That was my
Mine
one.
is Underneath the Stars. And when I talk to real lambs out there, Mariah Carey, all of them say Underneath the Stars is always in their top three Mariah
Right.
Carey songs of all time.
Oh,
Underneath the Stars, she could do
um,
it for me. That's my favorite song. Favorite song of all time. So what are we talking
I
about?
mean, if you want to know my favorite Mariah Carey song, it's off the Christmas album. It's shit.
That
Damn, I
Christmas
can't
album
remember
was
nothing.
good. That Christmas album was so.
Yes,
Listen, we
nephew.
talk about
That's what
all
we did for
for
the first
Christmas.
hour and some change, boo. That's what we did for the
Listen,
first 45 minutes. Is talk about
they
our
talk
country.
about all I want for Christmas, but when
No,
Mariah had
it's
that
not all I
quiet
want for
time,
Christmas.
her
Mm-mm.
singing down,
It's
or
not
Mariah
all.
Carey would say down.
It's oh shoot. It's same time this Christmas or every year this Christmas. What? Fuck! I can't remember nothing today. Hold. Shit. I think it might be. I don't
Hey,
want to cry. And
Mocha,
think
Hey,
about
boo.
Monica Boo.
Munchie, where you been, boo?
Yeah, Monica
Hey.
been hiding from us. Where you been, Boo?
She probably been working. You know, Munchie don't miss it. Don't
Wait a
she don't?
minute, Xavier, you've never heard of Rochelle
You ain't
Farrell?
never heard of Rochelle for real.
Xavier. Oh,
Oh,
that's blasphemy.
Xavier,
Oh my
my
God.
baby, my baby.
Rochelle, listen, every major singer that you know of, if you ask them who their vocal Bible is, they will start with Rochelle Farrell. Just be
Xavier.
honest. They will tell you, oh, it's Rochelle Farrell and everybody else. What? Rochelle Farrell? Oh, yeah, you need to do a deep dive into Rochelle Farrell. Baby mama, oh, mm, mm, oh. My favorite song by her is still I Can Explain. That I Can Explain by Rochelle Farrell is everything.
Mine is still Better Days. I know that's probably one of the more famous ones, but I don't care. That song gets me every time.
Mhm. God damn it, Rochelle Farrell. Listen. Ooh, Rochelle. Mama sings down. Yeah, Rochelle Farrell is an
Okay.
instrument. She's an instrument. Now,
Her
Rochelle
and
Farrell,
Pastor
y'all, she's
Ray.
been around.
Okay, it's Miss You Most. That's the Mariah Carey song off the Christmas album. That's my favorite Mariah Carey song. Miss You Most, that thing gets me. Oh, it gets me. Plus, y'all know I love Christmas music. Speaking of which, you know that tomorrow starts the countdown to Christmas on the
It does.
Hallmark Channel. Yes!
Also, no more Golden Girls.
Bye,
Not till that,
her.
not it comes on
Not
after.
till January. So we
No,
can't.
no, no.
No,
The
Thank
Golden
you,
Girls comes
Mocha.
on. It comes on at like 11, 12 o'clock. It still comes on. It just
no, no,
comes
no.
on
Because
after
when Christmas season start, they shut down playing Golden Girls. They
but not
shut
this
Golden Girls
early.
all the way down.
Christmas early.
Mm.
Damn it.
Will Downing used to sing down too. You know, Will Downing
Yeah,
and
I like
Rochelle
Will
Farrell
Downing.
were 2 pieces apart. Will
I like Will
Downing
Downing.
loved some Rochelle Farrell.
Don't do me like that.
I've seen Rochelle Farrell do I Can Explain live, and I was on the ground prostrate before the Lord. On the ground, like Jesus, take me home. I'm ready, God. I'm ready. Oh, Xavier, we're gonna clue you in on good music. Okay, good music. You gotta know and love Rochelle Farrell. Xavier, I'm sorry. But yeah, man. Just you know good music when you hear it. Like you when we talk about we got here talking about Brandy being the goddamn vocal Bible. Dear God.
That is how we got here, isn't it?
Brandy wasn't even the best of her generation. Because let's be clear, at that time, Monica sang circles around her.
Monica does sing her down.
Like, what are we talking about?
Monica just was a little bit too hood, but Monica sings
Yeah,
it.
but Monica sings down. Just saying. Child.
Unless you make it through the night, baby.
Mm. On Love Under New Management by Mickey Howard. Child.
Oh man, that's my shit. Love on the bitch. What? What you know about Mickey Howard? Oh, I love me some Mickey Howard.
On Mickey. I used to love me some Angela Winbush. We was on the live and we was talking about Cheryl Pepsi Riley, and somebody, I don't think it was Xavier, somebody else said they didn't know Cheryl Pepsi Riley was even a singer and had music out back in the day. I said that's how Tyler Perry found her, because she was a singer from back in the
Ooh,
day.
and then the night is on, bitch.
What happened?
They done messed around and let me find Heat of the Night.
Oh, dear God.
In
Yeah.
the heat.
And you didn't want to admit to being old. See what I'm talking about?
Kiss my ass. I was looking for the Hallmark channel so I could see if the Golden Girls is coming on. That's what I was
It's
looking
not.
for. I'm sorry. Well, you just be all right. You be all right.
Don't worry.
Gonna
I
be
have
a Netflix kind of
all
night because
7.
I'm gonna watch what you
Oh,
call
here it is right here. Okay, the Hallmark channel. This is how long it's been since I watched Hallmark. I forgot what the damn channel number was on my TV. Okay, so it come on tonight, so you better get it in tonight. It come on tonight.
And that's it. Until January. It happens every year, and I'll be so mad. Thank God I have other methods. I have books all
Wait
7
a minute.
seasons.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up.
Oh,
I
dear
thought I
God.
had to wait until tomorrow night. Bitch, the movie start at 6 a.m. Yes. Yes.
Help us, Lord.
Okay, I don't want to see. I seen that one. I don't want to watch. I don't want that one. Okay, let me see. Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe. I think I seen that one, but I'm gonna tape that one. I'm gonna tape that one. Let me see.
Brandy's best
Sesame
song right
Christmas.
now, still to this day, is Angel of
Nah, I
Death.
seen that one. I don't want that one.
That's her
Crashing
best.
through the snow.
Angel of
Nah, I'm good with that one. I'm good with that one. Crown for Christmas. I like that one. That is cute. That's cute. That's the
Oh,
girl.
Phyllis Hyman. Listen, I was listening to Phyllis Hyman the other day. I was listening to Meet Me on the Moon. Oh, dear God. I was listening to
Ooh, Phyllis
Meet Me
Hyman.
on the Moon. I was listening to Living in Confusion. Listen, because I was in the mood. I was in the moment. You know, to listen to Phyllis Hyman, you got to be in the whole mood
You
and
know
moment
what?
where
My
you
Phyllis
got to
Hyman
be
song is I
home.
Refuse to Be Lonely, bitch.
Listen, I think I
Ooh,
Refuse to Be Lonely is like what, 8, 9. It's a long ass song. I Refuse to Be Lonely. I love, listen.
that's
Meet
my
Me on
shit.
the Moon. Oh my God. That song speaks to me. Of course, Old Friend. You cannot say
Oh, man.
without talking about Old Friend. Oh, come on. Now y'all finna have me go listen to Phyllis. I love Phyllis. Phyllis, now I'm telling you, you don't listen to Phyllis if you're depressed. You might not want to listen to Phyllis.
This time about Tracy Chapman. I love Tracy Chapman, but I can't like Tracy Chapman is what I listen to when I'm already in a bad, like sad or in a bad mood. Like there's nothing about Tracy Chapman that's gonna make me smile. Like that's
See you in a fast car.
she had a couple of songs where I feel like she tried to like give us something upbeat, but
That
Yeah,
overall,
wasn't
yeah.
her. That wasn't her,
I
Joe.
could be a fast song, a fast car might be most upbeat song. Who got a fast car? That might be her most upbeat song. I'm saying,
but she had a song on New Beginning, her New Beginning album. She had a couple of upbeat songs, but I don't think that was her thing. And after that, I think she was
yeah.
like nah.
Stephanie can sing too. Like Stephanie is a voice going all the way back. Listen, the first time I heard Stephanie Mills was Home. Home, I think, was the first time I heard her. My
And I
jam
think it
was
was on the Apollo.
Respect the Power of Love. The Power of Love was my jam by Stephanie Mills. Oh God, I love that song. Oh, and Never Knew Love Like This Before. No, I never knew love like this before. Open my eyes. Yeah, that was my jam right there.
That's one of my favorite songs. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back
That.
Listen, I was late to all of these greats because my household didn't play secular music.
Oh,
When
listen, I told you, we played the secular music when my grandmother left. We knew the moment she pulled out of that driveway, baby, and we knew, watch this, we were so smart now. Back in the day, the gospel channel was an AM, and with the AM channel, you had to have it right at the pinpoint frequency to get it clear. We had it so good. We had it marked on the radio dial. So when our grandma came home, we could turn it real fast and get it right there as she was coming in the parking lot. And by the time she came back in the house, it was the blasting the gospel music again. I'm just saying. Oh, we had it all timed out and all playing. We ain't play them games.
You know, we was heathens growing up, so I ain't had that problem.
Come on, something in the way it makes you feel. I
Oh,
feel good.
that was that. Now, yeah, that was a good one.
I feel good all over is good. She sang on Have and Have Nots. They had an episode where she came back and she sang I Feel Good All Over and still sounded like she did back in the day, back in the 80s.
Night I got caught singing Doo Doo Brown. Child.
Child.
All right, well, I'm about to jump off of here so I can get ready.
Yeah, I got to jump off too. You know, I got a conference call to be on.
I
Y'all,
gotta watch that
get
damn Bachelor
y'all
episode.
in the
What happened?
words of Cat's Meow. What does Cat's Meow say? It was given up what it was
It was
given.
given what it was given, so I gave
So we
it.
gave you what we got.
It was given. It was
All right,
given.
well,
Yeah.
when y'all get done over here with El Teddy, come on over to my house
Yeah,
and
please
make
go over to
the
really be.
reunion, the Beverly Hills reunion, honey. We about to talk about the reunion, honey. Where
Was
y'all
Well, y'all
with?
can talk about Dorito and her disrespectful ass. Listen,
it good?
I
Really?
don't even watch that show, but I heard about
You
it.
know, I don't think this episode was as good as the first one, but they gave us something. It was giving some things. It was giving some things. Yeah.
I'll
Ooh,
put y'all a couple Blood and Water episodes. I'm
Oh yeah, I need to do a couple of those too. I'm
I
on
so
need to
episode
start.
2.
I gotta start.
Goodbye.
Chocolate, listen.
anyway, I'm about to get off here, y'all. I love y'all, love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. It is much obliged and much appreciated. We gotta get off here, y'all, because we got so much to do
We
tonight.
got a lot to do.
Anyway, until next time, that's all I got for y'all. You have anything for the people, Happy?
No, not yet.
Until next time, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. Y'all go over to Really Be. We out.